I'm Lauren. I'm a DJO. I'm the bracing representative here at the hospital. So today I have the three types of braces, cervical braces that you will see. We have the Extend, the Aspen Vista, and then your ProCare. So placing them and taking them off are all going to be similar for all three braces, but we'll start with the Extend first. So the main goal that you want to have when taking a brace off and putting it on is stabilizing the head and neck. So you can do this with one person if needed, or you can do it with two. If you're doing it with one person, you'll start by obviously taking the Velcro off on both sides, holding the head and then removing it. The back, you can either gently lift the head and slide out if need be, or you should just be able to slide out. When you're placing the collar and taking it off, you want to make sure the patient is laying fully flat, no pillows behind their head. When you're replacing it and putting it on, the front and the back collar should overlap. So the back of the collar needs to overlap the front. That's how you ensure that it's on snug enough. And then you want to make sure that you can fit about a finger width of space in between the collar. For the trach, obviously it's a little bit taller than need be. You don't want the top of the collar to hit the trach. So ideally, the trach should be placed about center of this hole here, and then still ensuring that the chin is placed at the chin piece of the collar. Okay, so that's the Extend. The Aspen is the only one that you might find a little different for placing on and off. You'll want to start by sliding it through the back. Okay, so if you're doing two people, having one person bringing the head up just ever so slightly, and then placing the chin piece. So typically the Aspens fit a little bit better with trachs. There's more of a larger opening. The only difference with fitting this one is this little knob here. What this will do is this will bring the chin piece up or down. So you pull out, if you turn clockwise, it'll bring the chin piece up. If you pull out and turn counterclockwise, it'll lower the chin. So you still want the chin to be fairly flush with it, but it allows more space for the trach and trach care. Taking the collar off is the same for this one, so undoing both Velcro pieces, taking the front off, lifting the head up just a little bit, and sliding out the back, okay? The last one is the transitional collar. Typically you will see these right after a surgery. They're not typically on a patient for very long. Usually we'll transition to either the Extend or the Aspen. Same concept again. These are a little bit more challenging to fit just because it's a transitional collar, so they're not going to be on for very long. And there's less room for the trach on this side. So if you do see a patient that has a trach and has a ProCare transitional, I do recommend speaking with the nurse to see if we can switch it out to something different. It's a little bit more challenging to get the trach placed in there properly. Obviously, this is not the right size collar for this patient. But you don't want the trach in this little area here. You want it in the larger area down here, okay? And then again, undoing the Velcro sides for this piece on both sides, removing the front, lifting the head very gently, and sliding out the back. Now you do have the option to keep the brace fully intact and just undo one side when removing it. We'll do it with our Extend here. What you can do is just undo one side of the collar, flip it off, lift the head gently, and then pull it out. That way you're only having to tighten one side of the brace.